That is Skoks today on today's episode, because that's what happens today. We're going to be talking about the matchup between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Florida Panthers. Florida in action tonight. And then we're also going to be talking about the Chicago Blackhawks prospects. Got a bunch of them going sicko mode. So stick with us. We're going to be going over all this great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, Blackhawks fans. Newest edition of Chicago Blackhawks Central Hockey Podcast. As mentioned before, going to be previewing this game between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Florida Panthers. So tonight, I'll just go. We'll go with the right now since they were in action tonight. They took on the Detroit Red Wings and blanked 2-0. So here I've got the box score up really quick.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
In Detroit at the Little Caesars Arena. 27 shots on goal for Florida, 22 shots on goal for Detroit. Face-off edges to Florida, 64.4%. Both teams 0 for 5 on the power play. So they both had 10 PIMs. Detroit out-hitting Florida heavily, 21-9. And out-blocking them as well, 20-11. Your goal scorers for the Florida Panthers were Steven Lawrence, assisted by Nico Mikkola.
Ooh.
And that was 19:08 into the second period. So you only had 52 seconds left and they scored. So that's kind of a dagger.
Yeah, those are the ones that hurt the most.
Man, they hurt a lot.
Oh,
and third period, second goal from the Florida Panthers, Anton Lundell. Steven Lawrence and Anton Lundell, both with their first goals of the season. Lundell's assisted by Tkachuk and Kulikov. That was 18:48 into the third period. So kind of just getting that second one to get it out of touch.
Yeah.
2-goal lead, worst in hockey. Now, who played for the Florida Panthers, you might ask? Well, Jameson Olive has this for you. It goes Rodriguez, Barkov, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, Lundell, Tkachuk, Luosterainen, Stenlund, Cousins, Lomberg, Lawrence, Lockwood. That bottom six, I've heard of Eetu Luosterainen and Kevin Stenlund and Nick Cousins. Of course, Lomberg, the dude's a menace. Not really a fan of him, to be honest.
Yeah. 5'9" too.
Yeah, he's a little boy.
Yeah.
And Steven Lawrence, I've heard, of course, he keeps getting traded. He gets traded all over the place. So, glad he's kind of finding some footing right now. And Lockwood, never heard of him. And on the back end, you got Forsling, Chicago Blackhawks legend.
Yeah.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I don't know what what's going on there.
Yeah.
Nico Mikkola, Dmitry Kulikov, you'll remember, is the one who broke Patrick Kane's collarbone.
He was.
And which is actually, like, in hindsight, obviously hindsight 2020, was the good move, because that gave the Blackhawks LTIR space to trade for Antoine Vermette, I believe. So
yeah, it was.
And he like won us the cup. He was at like 77 face-off percentage. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting into the weeds now. Josh Mahura. And Uvis Balinskis. No, I don't know him either, so don't worry about it. Bobrovsky was in tonight with Stolars backing up. So check out, see what Sergei Bobrovsky does. Oh, man, it's shutout. 22 for 22. Detroit Red Wings not putting a lot of shots on goal. So that's what we're going to expect from. We're probably going to get Stolars, to be honest.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Nice for them because on the year, I guess he's only played one game.
All right.
But one game, one win, 964 save percentage. So, wow, I didn't realize he is 6'6".
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
big boy.
yep. During the summer, we were talking about free agents, and I think he was my number one goalie free agent.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I was all over it.
he would have been lights out. I'm not lying. He would have
Yeah,
been really, really good.
right.
Almost too good, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Only 29, 6'6", so that's cool for Florida there.
He was tearing it up. Okay, maybe not tearing it up. That might be going a little too far, but
Quality, quality.
he was really good in Anaheim. Like
Yeah.
he was good. I mean, that Anaheim team was bad.
Oh,
So
yeah. Mhm.
um, that's what you're looking at right now if you're the Blackhawks. So
Yeah.
and then this brings us to some changes within the Blackhawks
Mhm.
um, to their lineup.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna go over here really quick
Yeah.
from Charlie Romeliotis, updated yesterday.
Mhm.
Foligno, Bedard, Kurashev, because we saw last game. I mean, don't I kind of want to forget that game, but
Ooh.
I think Foligno, Bedard, Kurashev had some good chemistry, and Bedard scores that first goal 28 seconds in,
Mhm. Right.
and then nothing for forever. But
Mhm.
I think that line works. I don't think Kurashev is the fleetest of foot, and obviously Foligno is like
Mhm.
top 25 slowest player in the league. I think I saw. So,
Yeah.
um, but you got that good veteran presence with Foligno. He's going to go get the puck. Kurashev,
Mhm.
youthful
Yeah.
and whatever. But this is where it matters.
Yep.
Lucas Reichel, second line. Reichel, Athanasiou, Radish.
Mhm.
So Reichel moved to the wing finally. The 9-game experiment is over.
Yeah.
And, I think he's a natural winger. And we were
Yeah.
talking about this off the air. You know, when you're playing in the Deutsche Elite League,
Mhm.
you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think I saw Rob Klinkhammer was like playing there like just a couple years ago. Do
Wow.
whatever you want. um,
Yeah.
Reichel at center in the Dell. Great, man. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Love to
Yeah.
hear it.
And he
But
played center like since he was like 16, 17, in the league there. Um, yeah, obviously through 9 games, we haven't been, or anyone, we haven't been very impressed. Sure, he's had a few games here where he looks better at the dot, but not getting on that stat sheet through 9 games, it's definitely not um, positive. It's not good
no.
at all. Um,
No,
and yeah, yeah.
like last year, like Athanasiou, like they say, like,
Mhm.
he's more comfortable or whatever at the center position.
That's interesting too.
So it's like, okay, well, now you got him in his preferred position on the second line.
Mhm.
He's fast as hell,
Yeah.
and he's a road runner out there. And now you got Reichel, who's also got not only that high end speed,
Mhm.
but that high end skill.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
I think I think it's going to work really well.
I think so
And
too. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And then of course Radish, who has been one of the Blackhawks more underrated forwards,
Mhm.
I think,
Right.
and just in general, I think he's got good skill to add to this team. So I
Yeah.
think that second line is in a really good spot. I'm really looking forward to see how they perform.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to keep going here. Tyler
Mhm.
Johnson, Jason Dickinson, Ryan Donato,
Mhm.
and then Boris Kachu, Mackenzie Anwissel, Corey Perry. On the back end, Korchinski Jones, Tenorti Murphy, and
Mhm.
then that last pairing, Kaiser, Zaitsev, Phillips.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, Definitely looks like um, either Kaiser maybe gets a little a little break here, uh, just to watch maybe from up top in the box there. Learn a few things. Just take a little break. Uh, just just back up a bit, right? Uh,
Yeah,
he hasn't been terrible, but I think out of all of the young players, really, not just the defenseman, but I think out of all of them, I think he has struggled the most, right? Like uh, in D zone, O zone, a few bad turnovers leading to odd man breaks, you know. Um, so maybe Isaac Phillips fills in on the left side, or maybe he plugs in for Zaitsev. Very possible.
very, very possible. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with sitting out. I mean,
yeah,
Wyatt Kaiser, 20-year-old kid.
yeah.
He might have turned 21 by now, but
I think so. Yeah,
if he yeah, get in the press box, man, see the big picture
yeah.
and just get some get some mental reps.
Right.
And then I like Tenorti with Murphy to settle Tenorti down. He's been like a -3 for like
Yeah, it's been
three
rough.
straight games.
Yeah,
And then there was another game where I saw he was the only one who did anything, but he was like still -3. He was like 3 shots, 3 hits,
yeah,
-3. I was like, all right, bro, like thanks for trying, but
yeah.
we're gonna need a little bit better.
Hmm.
So, I like him. I like him with Murphy, so Murphy can just settle him down a little bit, get him into that zone, and then maybe you can put Tenorti then
Hmm.
back on that third pair with a Kaiser, with a Phillips, with a Zaitsev,
Yeah,
and he'll be a little bit more calmed down.
yeah. Like Tenorti, a few games he was just carrying the puck towards the net, like a few times, like trying to dance through like two guys. That's not your game there, buddy. Uh,
Right.
and turns it over, for an odd man break. Uh, it was pretty funny, but that's not his game, man. Yeah, so just settle down with Murph Dog, definitely.
Yeah, and Blackhawks talk interviewed Connor Murphy.
Right.
Connor Murphy had a lot of personal life changes this summer. He got married,
Yeah.
and he wants to be a leader and whatnot. Yeah, he was like I think he volunteered his place for when Bedard was here.
Yeah.
Like first year he was saying like, oh yeah, just come live with me and take that stuff out of it. But
Hmm.
good leader on the team. Um, not a lot happens when he's on the ice, which is good and bad. So
Hmm.
it's good because, well, Hawks aren't really giving up much chances, whatever. Bad obviously because he's not really moving that puck, getting it to the guys, the skill guys, and
Hmm.
burying it. So we'll see how that works out on the back end. We're probably going to. We had Soderblom,
Hmm.
and he got clapped. uh,
Yeah. Right.
don't really know how much of it was his fault. I know he gave
Right.
up a
Right.
couple softies in that Arizona game, but
Yeah.
I mean, you had Seth Jones at the end of it, so
Hmm.
oh, can you say something about Soderblom's performance? And he's like, I'm not saying anything about him. We played like shit. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, all right, cool. And so you're probably going to see Mrazek. I'm going to guess since I think
Yes.
they're
Yes.
platooning. They're going every other. So
Yeah.
probably going to be
Unless,
yeah,
really quick, just maybe we do see Soderblom on Saturday. Because obviously we had, I mean, almost 5 days here off, right?
exactly.
Maybe they give him that revenge game against the Panthers, and they save Mrazek for the Devils back to back on Sunday. So, yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I would. That would be my vote because
Right.
obviously Mrazek is better than Soderblom.
As of right
So
now, yeah.
right, and so in New Jersey Devils, are the better team. So
Right, right.
probably going to go, best on best and
Yeah.
Mrazek Sunday and then uh, Soderblom Saturday.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
uh, and then just give them that game, give them the reps so we can shake it off.
definitely. Yeah,
I know
little
goalies have
revenge.
a they have
Yeah,
a quick memory, I know, and
right.
you know I feel Soderblom is he probably is a little bit more resilient after last year's debacle.
Oh
That
yeah,
did get us Connor Bedard though. So
yeah, 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 and playing behind the decor like that, uh, man, just so pissed about Vlasic being out from that hit there.
oh man, it's such a
Oh
bummer
wow, it is.
because we could really use him.
Yeah, man, playing so well, but hey, now Isaac Phillips gets his shot here. We'll see what happens with Kaiser here this weekend. See how that lineup shakes out.
Yeah, I think my if I had any say in it, I'd give Kaiser the night off.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I think I agree with you there. Yeah, yeah. Definitely had a few moments. Yeah, so Reichel, left wing, second line, where we want to see him.
Definitely.
Talked about it a little like last season in his spurt there. I mean, 15 points in like, what was it, 18, 19 games ish? And that's spectacular for that small sample size, and we want him to play like that for that 82 games. But, it's going to be like 72 now. But
Yeah, I'm,
def-
I'm kind of looking like a fool right now. I think I said 55 points for Reichel, and it's
really,
like,
okay.
man, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's definitely started out ugly, right? But we'll see how he gels here with Double A. Kind of like Radish on that right side. You
I'm
know,
digging it. I'm digging
yeah,
it.
he could be that trailer guy. Drop it back. Like if you start fumbling it, just knock it backwards. He'll pick it up.
Yeah, Taylor Radish also a little bit of a bigger body. I want to say he's like 6'1",
Yeah,
6'2".
yeah, right, right,
So maybe he can make a power move or whatnot
right.
to the net, to the hoop.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's probably going to do it for the preview of
right.
the Chicago Blackhawks versus the Florida Sunrise Panthers.
hmm
But not we've got a lot of prospect news
Ooh,
as all the feeder leagues have started up there and they're going full full bore right now. So
hmm
uh, you know, you want to, I saw Martin Misiak
yeah,
first OHL
hmm
hat trick. Love to
yeah,
see that.
yeah. And I think he had one assist also. So
Ooh, nice.
4-point night for Misiak there. That's great to see. Being that number one overall pick for the Erie Otters, uh,
Yes.
they're definitely happy with that right now. Uh, I would imagine. Marty Misiak, good
Yeah.
stuff. In Erie, yeah. Gavin Hayes lighting the lamp
Nice.
uh, recently, or just over this stretch to start the season here. 7 goals, I believe 4 or 5 assists. So that puts him at around, let's just say like 14 point, or let's say 12-ish points. Not 100% on that point total, but around there,
Nice.
12 points in 11 games. So
That's awesome.
yeah, he's about a point per game. Uh, on pace for 43 goals from Mario here reporting. On pace for 43 goals, and last season was his career high with 41 goals. So if he tops that, I mean that's very impressive.
Yeah, he's 11 GP, 11 points right now. So he is
Nice,
7 goals, 4 assists,
awesome, awesome.
plus 9.
Wow.
So I like to see that.
Hmm.
I obviously plus minus is a bit of a flawed stat,
Yeah.
but you know, I like to see that, obviously
Mhm.
better a
Positive.
positive, yeah, better a
Right.
positive number, the better you're playing. So,
Yeah. Um, Definitely gonna keep an eye out for Minnesota this week. Renzel and Moore. I forgot what day they're playing on. It might be Friday, I think. And a couple Ice Hogs game this weekend. Also, I think they have a back to back on Saturday and Sunday. So
oh, same as the Hawks.
yeah, so
Whole arc.
yeah, it is little tricky, but I'm gonna keep an eye on the stats there. Drew Comesso with his first shutout last week. Gonna keep an eye on him, see how he plays this weekend. I'm super pumped about Drew. Super pumped.
Yeah, they've got Saturday, Sunday, 4th, 5th
Wow.
at the Manitoba Moose.
Yeah, the Moose. Uh, I I think they were pretty good last year. Not too sure, but um, yeah, definitely going to be interesting. Drew in net. Drew.
Nice.
Yeah. That's pretty much the prospect updates for the start of the week here.
Oh,
Basically, yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Very cool.
Hmm.
All right, well then I think that's going to wrap this edition of the Chicago Blackhawks Central Hockey Podcast.
Hmm.
And I appreciate everyone listening, watching. We do these streams all on our socials. So we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys watching, listening, and go Hawks.
Yeah, let's go Hawks.